For many, the notion of dogs apologizing may seem far-fetched. They tear up our cushions, dig holes in the backyard, and sometimes they just can't resist the urge to raid the trash. As a dog owner, you're likely familiar with these scenarios. It's clear that dogs have a mind of their own, often acting impulsively. But does this mean they can discern right from wrong? Do they experience feelings of guilt? In this video, we'll delve into the fascinating question of whether and how dogs show regret. Dogs, our loyal and loving friends, are known for their playful yet sometimes mischievous behavior. They might chew on something they shouldn't, bark excessively, or even have an accident inside. But when they've done something they know isn't quite right, their behavior often changes. This change is what many interpret as a dog's way of saying sorry. We've all seen that guilty look our dogs give us when they've done something we're not pleased with, tail tucked, head down, and those eyes that seem to plead for forgiveness. It raises the question, do dogs genuinely feel guilt, and can they actually say sorry to us? Firstly, it's important to understand that dogs are incredibly empathetic. They are keen observers of human behavior and emotions. While they may not feel guilty in the human sense, dogs can certainly sense when their owners are upset or displeased, and this awareness affects their actions. While dogs may not experience guilt in the same way humans do, their responses to our reactions are quite telling. When a dog displays behaviors like avoiding eye contact or showing a submissive posture, it's often in response to the tone of our voice or our body language. These reactions are more about the perception of our mood rather than an understanding of the misdeed itself. This ability to read human emotions is part of what makes dogs such great companions. They are incredibly attuned to our feelings and often react in ways that seem to be aimed at appeasing us. For instance, a dog that looks guilty might be reacting to our disappointment or anger. This doesn't necessarily mean they understand the moral implications of their actions, but they certainly understand that their behavior has led to a change in our behavior towards them. They may not understand why a certain action is wrong, but they recognize the change in their owner's behavior and respond in a manner that seems designed to repair and maintain the bond. This response might include submissive behavior, such as lowering their body, avoiding direct eye contact, or approaching their owner slowly and gently. Research has shown that what we perceive as a guilty look is often a response to our own body language and tone, rather than an acknowledgement of wrongdoing. Dogs are masters at reading our emotions, and they adjust their behavior accordingly to maintain harmony in their pack, which includes you, their human family. Another interesting aspect to consider is how dogs use physical gestures as a form of apology or reconciliation. A dog might come up to you and gently nuzzle against you, wag its tail, or even bring you a toy. These actions can be seen as their way of trying to restore a positive interaction or bond after they sense tension or displeasure from their owners. Each dog with its distinct personality has a unique way of saying sorry or easing tensions. For instance, some dogs might respond to a scolding by immediately showing submissive behavior, ears back, eyes averted, a slow tail wag. They're essentially saying, "I get it, I'm in the wrong here." Other dogs might take a more indirect approach, acting aloof or even hiding, similar to how some cats might behave. It's as if they're saying, "I need a moment to process this." But dogs don't just stop at acknowledging their mishaps. They often take active steps to mend the bond. A dog might bring its favorite toy to you, not just as a peace offering, but as an invitation to re-engage and reconnect. This act is a dog's way of shifting the focus from the negative incident to a positive shared activity. It's like they're saying, "Let's move past this and have some fun together." When a dog gently leans against you or softly places a paw on you, it's not just seeking affection. These actions can be a way of saying, "I'm here for you, and I'm sorry if I upset you." It's a display of trust and affection, an attempt to reinforce the bond that may have been strained. And often this behavior is deeply rooted in the social nature of dogs. As pack animals, dogs have developed sophisticated ways of communicating with each other, and this extends to their interactions with humans. When a dog feels that it has upset its owner, its instinct is to smooth over the conflict. This is where the nuances of canine body language come into play. A lowered head, for instance, can be an expression of submission, acknowledging that they have upset the pack's harmony. The wagging of a tail, often misconstrued as a simple sign of happiness, can also be a way of expressing a friendly disposition and an eagerness to make amends. Dogs are also known to use eye contact in a nuanced way. A dog might avoid direct eye contact when they sense they've done something wrong, as direct eye contact can be seen as confrontational in the canine world. However, Once they sense that the mood is lighter, they might engage in soft, affectionate eye contact, often coupled with a slight head tilt, which can be incredibly endearing and is usually a sign that they're seeking your approval or forgiveness. One dog owner shared a touching story about their pitty, who slowly walks away after doing something wrong, and the owner can't resist telling the dog it's okay. This illustrates the powerful bond between dogs and their owners, a bond that often transcends minor misdeeds. So you've noticed your dog is trying to say sorry, but what's the best way to respond? Understanding how to react when your furry friend is showing remorse is key to maintaining a healthy and happy relationship. When your dog comes to you with those big apologetic eyes, it's important not to just brush it off. Ignoring their efforts to make amends can lead to confusion and even stress for your pup. They're trying to communicate in their own way, and they need to know you're listening. Acknowledging your dog's apology doesn't have to be complicated. A simple, calm response can do wonders. Talk to them in a soft, soothing voice to let them know everything's okay. This kind of positive reinforcement helps them understand they're on the right track. A bit of gentle petting or a loving scratch behind the ears can also go a long way in showing you've accepted their apology. It's these small moments of reassurance that reinforce the bond between you and your dog. Now, what about treats? Well, treats can be a great way to reward your dog, but it's important to use them wisely. If your dog has just knocked over the trash can, and then comes to you giving a treat right away might send mixed messages. Instead, wait until they've calmed down and shown some good behavior before offering a treat. This way, you're rewarding the positive behavior, not the misstep. But it's not just about the immediate response. Handling apologies from your dog is also about long-term communication. It's about teaching and guiding them to understand what's acceptable and what's not. If your dog has a habit of chewing on shoes, for example, responding to their apology by then redirecting them to a chew toy can help them learn what's okay to chew on. Consistency is key. Dogs thrive on routine and clear expectations. Mixed signals can be confusing, so make sure your responses are consistent. If jumping on the couch is a no-no, it's always a no-no, not just sometimes. This consistency helps your dog feel secure and understand the boundaries within your home. Lastly, patience is crucial. Remember, dogs aren't humans. They don't always understand our rules right away. It takes time and patience to teach them. Responding with kindness and understanding to their apologies, while still maintaining clear, consistent boundaries, will help your dog learn and grow in a loving environment. One dog owner shared a heartwarming story about their German Shepherd dog who has never raided the trash, even when left at home alone. The dog carried shoes up from the basement twice as a puppy, but has never touched one since and is now nearly 8 years old. This exemplifies how consistent training and clear boundaries can lead to well-behaved dogs who rarely need to apologize. Another owner mentioned that when they realized dogs don't really process remorse, their heart broke. This changed how they raise their dogs, highlighting the importance of understanding canine psychology in dog training. Even if I am aware that dogs can apologize to people, I'm sure you're asking whether there is evidence that they can do so to one another. When we talk about dogs apologizing to each other, it's a bit more complex than our human understanding of an apology. In the dog world, their interactions are governed by a set of social rules and behaviors that might look like apologies to us, but actually mean something different to them. For example, when one dog shows submissive behavior to another, like bowing its head or exposing its belly, it's not exactly saying, "I'm sorry." Instead, it's communicating respect for the other dog's position in their social hierarchy, or trying to de-escalate a tense situation. These submissive gestures are part of a larger language of body signals that dogs use to interact with one another. They can mean different things, depending on the context. A dog might lick another dog's face to show deference, or it could be seeking attention, or even initiating play. Similarly, a dog that rolls over and shows its belly might be saying, "I'm no threat to you," not necessarily expressing regret. Dogs also use vocalizations in their interactions with each other. A growl might be a warning, but it can also be a part of play. The tone, volume, and body language accompanying the growl tell the other dog whether it's serious or just part of the fun. Barks, whines, and howls also play into their communication, each conveying different messages depending on the situation. Understanding this intricate system of communication is crucial for dog owners. It helps us interpret our dog's interactions with each other more accurately and intervene appropriately when necessary. For instance, knowing the difference between playful wrestling and an actual fight can prevent misunderstandings and injuries. One dog owner shared an interesting observation about their dog, who distracts one dog if there is conflict between two others. This dog shows a great deal of empathy, which is a testament to the complex social understanding that dogs possess. This same dog sits next to the owner during therapy sessions and will go over to clients who are sad and lick their hands, showing an intuitive understanding of human emotions. Another owner mentioned that their dog has a specific type of growl as her word for please. It took the owner quite a while to figure that out, even though they had the dog from a puppy. This growl was often accompanied by pawing, and when the owner patted the dog, it all stopped. This illustrates how dogs develop unique ways of communicating with their humans, which can sometimes be mistaken for apologies. And there you have it. Understanding your dog's behavior is key to building a stronger, more harmonious relationship with your furry friend. Taking the time to learn about why they act the way they do, especially when they're trying to say sorry, can really change how you respond to their actions. It's all about creating a dog-friendly environment where both you and your pup feel comfortable and understood. Also, getting to grips with your dog's quirky habits can help you make adjustments that keep them happy and comfortable. Remember, your dog generally wants to live in harmony with you. By meeting them halfway, you'll find that your dog will have fewer reasons to say sorry in their own special way. As one commenter wisely noted, "I can replace a remote control or a pair of shoes, but I can't replace a beautiful soul that simply made a mistake." It's also worth noting that many dogs end up in shelters simply because people don't know how to teach them effectively or don't care to. Understanding your dog's behavior and responding appropriately can prevent behavioral issues that might otherwise lead to abandonment. Some dogs are naturally more expressive than others. As one dog owner pointed out, dogs can definitely say sorry. Some dogs just know how to express it more clearly. Other dogs in subtle ways. This highlights the individuality of dogs and the importance of getting to know your specific dog's communication style. Even in cases where dogs make serious mistakes, it's important to remember that they are not acting out of malice. One owner shared a heartbreaking story about having to give up a dog after it attacked another dog in the household. Despite the dog sensing the owner's anger and disappointment and trying to make amends, the safety risk was too great. The owner chooses to remember the dog as it was before the incident. A great dog. This reminds us that while dogs can show behaviors that look like apologies, they don't always understand the full implications of their actions. Our responsibility as dog owners is to provide clear guidance, consistent boundaries, and a loving environment that sets our dogs up for success. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring the notification bell so you won't miss out on our future content. Also, please share this video with other dog owners who might benefit from understanding their furry friends a little better. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.